Just ruined it. Now we're live with Dan Brown. We just
Hello.
did the best part of the show. What all the people want. Simon and Garfunkel fan fiction that we just made up in there. That's what the world needs. More of that. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, I guess.
Last time I talked to you was the beginning of the apocalypse, and this kind of is the end, but not. But like,
maybe.
Are you well?
I'm not. I don't have symptoms yet. But
yeah. Why are you? You're not gonna get sick. It's not real.
You don't think so? I hear that.
I don't know. I like saying that and watch people go. I don't know, but I do know that I haven't given a fuck about it, and I'm fine.
Oh well, have you been talking to other people and like inhaling their breath and coughing on people and stuff?
No, I do I take the old Mitch Hedberg AIDS joke and I turn it into a COVID joke. It's like the roundabout COVID test. He's like, hey man, you know anyone has COVID? No. Then cool, because you know me. I mean, I wear a mask when you tell me to. That's the way I go by. If I
haven't told you to wear a mask at all.
What?
I haven't told you to wear a mask at all.
Not you, silly people. Like if I came to you, if you owned a store and it was Dan Brown's House of Dance, and I came there and I'm like, I'd like to dance here. You're like, you have to wear a mask, then I put it on.
Okay.
But if I don't have to wear a mask, I'm not wearing it. Like I don't choose to, but if I take a bus, which I had to take to go to work sometimes, they make you wear a mask. If I go to work, when I'm working at this retail place I'm working at now, I have to wear a mask. But besides that, I don't. Brandon is running around not wearing a mask and arguing with everyone, and it's amazing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It would make you – I think of you because it would make you cringe even more than me, the confrontation he's going for with it. He's walking in looking for an argument.
Why? Like, what? I mean – Brandon seems so mellow.
See, you haven't paid attention to COVID Brandon. COVID Brandon is excited because he predicted all of this in his crazy talks. So now he knows it's the government doing division. And he's got me on board with a couple of them. I got to say, he's got it pretty good. But his whole thing is just that, I'm not going to wear a mask and you don't need them, whatever. He's listened to enough podcasts that tell him he doesn't need it. He's been doing all these other crazy shows. But I've told this on the podcast, but you'll like this. He went to Boston Market, me and him. We walk in. I put my mask on. He walks in, no mask. And the manager right away looks at him and goes, sorry, sir, you have to wear a mask. He's like, no, I don't. It's my legal right to not have to wear one. That's just a choice by your store. But legally, I do not have to wear one. You can't make me. And the guy goes, well, we asked that you wear it. He's like, well, I'm not going to wear it. And you can't make me leave because of that. And I'm sitting there like, I just want meatloaf. And then Brandon goes, then the guy goes, well, why don't you should have to wear a mask? He was like, no, I have a medical condition. And the guy goes, well, what's your medical condition? And Brandon, without missing a beat, just goes, I don't have to tell you that. That's against HIPAA violations, and I don't have to do that at all. So therefore, and that's actually illegal for you to do that, and I can report you for asking me that. So the guy goes, well, you can't stay here. He's like, well, we weren't planning on staying. We're just getting the food and going to go eat outside. Then he served Brandon. He does it everywhere.
Wow. I can't
Another one
it.
he told me he wants to do is that he wants to go up to someone and say, when they say you have to wear a mask, he's like, well, I can't because you're not allowed. It's not legal to wear a mask while carrying a firearm. He's going to tell them you're packing heat. He's like, well, even if I'm not, I don't care. He goes, but I do have guns. I'm ready. He said he also told me the other day in a car ride that he's ready for rioting and he would survive because he doesn't care if he dies.
I feel like, is that something you just say to people when you're like trying to seem a certain way, or does he actually not care?
I don't know. I've never heard a guy who DJs weddings say it.
Like if you pulled like a Roger Murtaugh on him and just stuck the barrel of a gun in his mouth and you're like, chew on this gun, do you think Brandon would reach around and pull the trigger like Martin Riggs and call your bluff?
No, I think he would try to tell me about the history of that gun to the point till I turned it around and shot myself.
Oh.
He's like, I have the ability to make people kill themselves. He's like, I would flourish in a riot. I'm like, no, because you're a tall white. I know how you feel on the inside, Brandon, but you're a tall white guy. You look like the thing they hate. You look like you've stepped on a black guy's head. You look like you've thrown a rock through a window. Brandon doesn't have hood looks.
Would he flourish in a riot? Or
that's what he said.
Because, like, in a riot, like, unless you have a machine gun, you're going to be overwhelmed.
He has guns. Brandon has guns. Okay. Not multiple guns.
All right.
And DJ equipment.
I mean, he was a Marine, so I mean, if
So is Frank. Frank's not walking around with guns.
but okay, do you think that Frank and Brandon would do the same in a riot situation?
Oh, Frank would win. I think Frank would care. Frank's so old he would probably turn around and start auctioning them.
Oh, I
You
want to
can
see.
get 250 for this one. It breeds well.
I would really like to see Brandon and Frank in an elite squad situation.
The Marines we know: Brandon, Frank, Rodney, Norman. I'm in.
I feel like I would have the most faith in Rodney Norman. Brandon's second.
No faith in Frank.
What he's what is he, like 80?
Almost 79.
79. Maybe if he drew up a plan that we'd follow.
No,
like I'd follow his
Frank
directions.
can't make plans. You'll forget the plans. But neither can Brandon.
Hmm.
Rodney would have to Rodney knows he's going into the mission with 3 men but coming home alone.
He'd shoot both of them.
He kills them first. Right in the gut.
Double tap to the head. Very professional.
Yeah, the military people we know that became comedians aren't like. I love Rodney, but I mean, he's so passive, and I'm sure those guys can go back into Marine mode. But I couldn't imagine Rodney killing a guy. He's like the sweetest man.
I don't know. I feel like I could easily see him killing a guy.
Whoa.
Because I mean, not that he's a bad person. I just like sometimes I feel like he shuts his emotions off completely. Like he can go up on stage and he can do a persona, but I feel like when he's just relaxing, and I don't see him all the time, but I feel like a lot of the time he's just emotionless. Like he's got a Mr. Spock level of emotionlessness.
Yeah, Mormons are kind of Spocky. You know what I mean? They are. Like they are caring people. And I think Spock did care for life. Like, but he had a logic. He didn't care about individuals, but he cared about the well-being of life. And I think Mormons are that same way. I think Mormons are the closest to fucking being like Vulcans, right?
Probably.
Where they're like that same, that's what Spock was, right? Vulcan, am I correct?
Yeah.
Right. I think they're that way where they're logically breaking down things. We're here to help you. We have to do these things, whatever. But yeah, the people he does help, you know, like Vinny and people like that, you're like, that Brandon, what was the guy's name? Brian Bergener. I don't know. The other Paul.
The land or something?
Yeah, whatever his name. The people that are like crazy, like, he's helping them the same way Spock helps Captain Kirk. I don't think he likes Kirk, but he's like, this is the right. I think he needs me to help him.
Huh.
I think that's kind of the way. Could you kill a guy?
It depends on the situation. Like if somebody
the situation where you have to kill a guy.
Yeah, like if I had to, if I was in charge, if I had children and some guy was breaking it, if someone was breaking into my house without children, I would probably kill him.
Would you?
Yeah,
I'd like
why not?
to think.
What am I going to do? Please go away, sir.
The windows are open.
Like why can't he just walk through the door?
Listen, I love my children more than anything in the world. I love them more than anything. I want to say, as a father, and like every other father, the same way you said Brandon's response of, I'm afraid to die, but would he really do it? I don't know if I'm that person. I want to be, but I may run away. I think I would grab them with me and say, run, but I don't know if I have it in me to stand there and take bullets or die. I like living. I've never heard about death. I like living.
What if you were kidnapped by a mad scientist and both of your children were on some kind of mad scientist laser table and the laser was just moving toward them?
One guy, we stink. We should die.
No, he's got henchmen, but
good.
But like you feel like, I don't know, maybe some guys over here playing like a really engrossing game of checkers or something, and these guys over here, they're distracted by like a big board with lots of flashing lights and stuff, and you got one chance to take out the mad scientist guy before Seamus and Ashlyn get lasered in half. Would you kill that guy?
First of all, you know for a fact that me, Ashlyn, and Seamus would just be making fun of the guys playing checkers. That's all we would be doing to the point where they just killed us. We couldn't stop me. Really? You're doing that move? Seriously? That's your move? Wow, okay, dude. All right. That's nice. Maybe try Chinese checkers. Maybe that's more your style, dude. Let's say going that way. Nice laser. Nice lights. Where is this, a 1980s Doctor Who movie? Nice lights in your cave, stupid. Like, maybe we're just making fun of that. First of all, I like the fact that your henchman in your place is kind of like the old school Batman, where it's like, look at that, look at the bad guys. They're being distracted by something silly like wind or
a butterfly.
I miss that in movies. Bad guys who get distracted, bad guys who have a plan, tell you the whole plan, and then just never finish the plan.
Yeah.
Now bad guys win. I don't like that. I
I
like
mean,
it
I
when
guess.
good guys triumphed over stupid people. Because that was the thing. I think the more we made bad guys look cool, the more people wanted to be bad guys. Back a long time ago, you didn't want to be a bad guy because what people tell you, don't be a bad guy. That's for stupid people. You lose your job, then you're a thug, then you're bad. Now it's like, I'm a smart criminal. Watch all these documentaries. What are they about? Serial killers, bank robberies, all that. They're making them cool, and now everyone thinks being bad is good. I'm going to be a dick. Why? Because that's cool. Being good's lame. No, Batman was cool. Yeah, he had tights and a boy, but like besides that, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was one cool boy.
I hope somewhere there's a pedophile that was his defense. He's like, why? Why? He's like, that was one cool boy. I'm sorry. You taught that boy? He was so fucking cool. I didn't pick him up. He just charmed the pants off me. No pun intended. But like, he got me. Got me with his whimsy.
Yeah.
That was a whimsical 3-year-old. Oh, dude. So you can't make that. I think you can make the joke still. I don't know if I'd be canceled for making in the joke a pro pedophilia thing. Putting it for the record, A, I can't be canceled because no one knows who I am. And B, more importantly, not for pedophilia. Totally against it. Even though it has the word feel in it, which I think they should take out.
I cannot disagree more.
Tell me why, Dan. Let's debate.
No.
That would be the greatest debate of all times. I'm pro pedophile. Like, you're for it? No. I used to be an amateur pedophile, and now I went pro. I got drafted 5th in the league. That's the
sloppy
worst.
mistakes that went.
That's gonna be the worst. Like, you're born and you're like, man, I think kids are sexy. That's gotta suck.
Yeah.
You're like, just no, I can't think that. No, that's just I was drunk or something. And you're like looking like you're watching Barney and you're like, man, god damn it, these are hot kids. That's gotta be fucking. There should be a hotline to call, like right away. They don't. If they can send you a brown paper package to give you dick pills, they should have a discreet line you can call and go, hey, I kind of want to fuck kids. Can you help me out with something?
Yeah.
Can you send me a lady that looks like a kid? I don't know, 30 with pigtails or something? Send me a midget? I don't know. No one's using midgets anymore for anything. No one's really making midget movies. Just send them to pedophiles. Let them fuck them.
Is a midget like a viable option for a pedophile? Like, I mean, I really want to have sex with children, but there's this midget right here. Like, this is good enough. Come here.
I know you were with me when I started working on that joke, but the one I had where I would say, like, it's terrible when you're under 5 feet tall and you're not a kid. So some pedophile goes to pick you up and swoops you, but doesn't see you because you're dressed in little kid clothes. He brings you home, he rips your clothes off, then he sees your adult parts and goes, ew, gross, and then throws you out. And you let him down.
Yeah.
They'd be disappointed with ball hair. You would hate that.
I know.
Do what's the age for pedophile? Is it, if you're a teenager, is the person touching you a pedophile, or are they just molesting, or is it, what's the rules?
I don't know.
I always think kid. I don't think like 16. It's wrong still, but I don't give them the pedophile name. I just think creep.
Isn't 18 like the age of consent?
In some places, but some places is 16. But at the same time, if you're 40 and they're 18 or 16, I don't care if there's an age of consent. They've just learned how to consent. Some of them don't even know the word consent means. That's even a weird rule. They consented. Like, I've consented to things like, hey, Pat, do you mind doing 50 minutes instead of 30, even though we're going to pay you the same? Yeah, that's fine. I consented, but I wasn't really down. Yeah, it's just like doing a show. Getting fucked by a creepy man. I know, ladies. I know what it's like. Did you hear about, Jeff Ross?
No, what happened to him?
Jeff Ross, you know how everyone is getting canceled on things they did a long time ago?
Uh-huh.
Well, Jeff Ross, I guess, when he was 33, according to this woman, she was 15, and he was, like, dating her. She worked at the Boston Comedy Club, which was in New York, but they called it Boston Comedy Club, and worked for Barry Katz, who was the guy running the place. And I guess, like, not only was he, like, having sex with, but they were like dating for like 2 years. And she's
Wow.
come out now saying all this, and he's come out saying, no, this woman's got a mental illness and she's crazy. And she does have pictures of me and her because she worked at a comedy club. And Barry Katz even said she didn't work for me. Like her father would hang around the place, and she had pictures of sitting in the place. But they're saying she's just claiming this. But like, who knows? It's either way. It's the fact he has intimate pictures with his arm around her, and like one, and she has a lot of pictures in his apartment. Like, so there's things there, but that could, I mean, it could mean anything. Like, I've had people on my podcast in the apartment. They could have taken pictures here and then gone later and said, I was in his apartment. I did this. Or I've had pictures where people make me put their arm around them and try to be nice or whatever. They can go, oh, look at him. He's with her. You can take things out of context. But to me, obviously, Jeff is right about the mental illness because who the fuck would think Jeff Ross is hot?
Yeah.
Who wants
He
to
looks
fuck
like
the roast master?
Isn't he like bald? Like, doesn't he have like a very Kojak-like appearance now?
Now, but this is when he had screech hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's even the worst. That's the least fuckable of Jeff Ross.
Oh.
Which
Hey, did
Jeff
you-
Ross would you fuck? Bald? Fro.
I can't even picture what he looked like as a young person.
He looked like Screech. I mean, kind of, but more.
I guess
Jewy.
I'd go younger. Like,
Very
you don't look better as you get older.
Some people do. I think I look better older than younger. I look real nerdy younger. I look better bald than with hair. I look better with a beard than with a face. I've this is not that I'm doing good, but this is the best I've ever looked. Sadly, I finally learned what to do with it. You probably think you look better with long hair than short.
I have a very square-looking goofball face.
I've seen the hiking video on your YouTube. I know your head.
Yeah.
You had shorter hair. You're better with the long hair. See?
Yeah, the more that's covered up, the better.
We age gracefully. Men do that. Women don't. Women get gross.
Yeah.
After about 35, you're like, oops, what happened? What happened to you? What are you doing? Take care of that shit.
Did you hear that?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, did you hear that D.L. Hughley got the coronavirus and collapsed?
Did you see
on
the
stage?
video?
Yeah, he banged his head on the wall.
Super hard. And you know what's better? He gave everyone in that room coronavirus.
Yeah, probably.
They all had no mask on. They're like, yeah, everything's fine. And then he fucking collapses from COVID. And they're all like, what the fuck? He was talking loud. He was spitting at him, because he's talking. He's on stage. It's only his breath kicking around. They're just sitting there fucking marinating in D.L. Hughley mouth. That's gross. He's drunk. I bet you he was just drunk or on drugs. He's like, COVID, tell him. Because he dropped.
Yeah, it's audible. Skull rap. I wonder if is he dying or is he like?
No, he's
I don't know.
Fine.
But he passed out in front of everybody.
Yeah, then he wakes up and goes, "Oh shit!"
So he continued the show after that?
No, they brought him in the kitchen. And did you hear the announcement? It's like, everyone stay calm. It's gonna be fine. Enjoy your day. Like what? We just watched D.L. Hughley, the least best of the kings of comedy.
He's feeling peckish. You needed a snack.
He is fourth of the kings of comedy. Cedric the Entertainer is better. Bernie Mac was way better. I like Steve Harvey a lot, so I think out of the four of them, he's the least. If one of them dies, I mean, one of them already did. So I guess if another one dies, it's good that it's DL.
So do you feel like the coronavirus you still feel like it's fake, or is that?
I don't think it's fake. I do believe that it's been overhyped to scare people for division. I think we could have been outside sooner. I don't think everyone in the world needs to wear a mask. I think sick people should wear a mask. I think people that have bad immune systems, people that are compromised in situations like that, maybe should have been kept inside. Maybe those people, maybe the doctor should have decided these are the patients that stay inside. But I don't get sick. I know you. I've seen you get sick like once since when we were roommates. I never get sick. We can go out and do things that don't really get super ill. You know what I mean? I think we would have been fine being out there. I think we went too crazy with let's shut down the world and ruins everyone's money and economy and all that to stop a virus. I think that was out of control. But I think it was a great way to distract people and destroy an economy that was the only thing that Trump had going so well that was probably going to get him elected no matter what. You take away that one thing, how business was, how jobs were doing, how money was doing, and all of a sudden people are like, well, I got no faith now. But then they brought out sniffy Joe Biden, and no one's voting for that. He's sniffing people. You can't vote for sniffing.
Yeah.
He
I hear.
sniffs folks.
I've heard that 2 people on Trump's staff got the coronavirus. So I wonder, like Trump seems like he's gonna be vulnerable, but like if he gets it, he's probably gonna get like Tom Hanks coronavirus.
Yeah, they'll all get like Idris Elba coronavirus, where they're just like they're fine. I think a lot of people are fine. No one dies from it. Super fucking old people.
Well, Trump is super old.
Yeah, but he's not. Do you know what the average age of death for coronavirus is?
What?
81.
Wow.
You know what the average age of regular death is?
What?
78.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you people with it are living longer. Yeah, because if you make it past regular age, you're supposed to die of stuff. 81 sounds. I know Frank's my good friend. I talk to him all the time, and I don't think of him as that old. But when I think of his age, I'm like 79 sounds awful.
Does Frank go around wearing a mask?
When he's supposed to, but not like. I mean, Frank's living with his 101-year-old father-in-law.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, Sam's been living there for months, almost a year probably.
Wow.
Yeah, he's taking care of him. It's like Sam's kid. You got to watch Frank on Facebook. He brings him around like he has a baby. He brings him around. He's like, here's Sam eating pizza. Here's Sam having a sandwich. Here's Sam having a glass of vodka. You know, like babies do.
Here's Sam pooping in his pants.
When I did my, I recorded another episode of my POS show. Frank went into way too much detail about how he has to go in the shower with Sam because Sam's too old to be in the shower, and they're both in the shower together, and how he cleans out his butt.
Wow.
Yeah, that's love. That's love. That's not even his own dad. That's his father-in-law. That's love.
Is is his mother alive? Or wait,
Frank?
no, father-in-law is his. So is his wife still alive?
No, but that guy's sister and brother, who are just a couple years younger than him, are all alive.
And so why does it fall on him though?
Well, no, Frank's wife is alive. I thought you meant Sam's wife. No, Frank's wife is there too. Yeah, Frank's wife is younger than Frank. Well, it falls on him because this is a 101-year-old man who was, think about what he lived through. He knew a time when women couldn't vote, black people couldn't vote, when you were in separate water fountains. Yeah, he's seen everything. He saw what, is the car 100 years old? Probably, but like he probably saw the beginnings of the car. Like the world is crazy to him. Now he can stream TV. There wasn't even TVs at one point. It's insane what he's gone through. And one thing he's gone through is when you were a man back then, you didn't let women see you vulnerable. You didn't let women see you. So Frank does that because he's not embarrassed in front of another man. That's how he feels. Frank's fine. His own daughter, no, she can't do that. Frank, you do this.
Does it refer to the automobile as a horseless carriage?
I hope so. I think he calls Frank a horseless carriage. Come over here, you stupid horseless carriage. But they watch old boxing. That's what he likes.
Like black and white, or like
I
classic.
think any color's fine, as long as the white guy wins. No, okay.
One of them can be Chinese.
Chinese boxer. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just threw out a race. I don't know anything about boxing.
Well, I don't know a lot about boxing, but I don't know if I've ever seen a Chinese boxer. I don't know. Chinese Boxing Day? Oh, that's Canadian, right? It's not Chinese.
Boxing Day?
Boxing Day is Canadian.
I thought that was English.
Boxing Day?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Neither do I.
What do they do on Boxing Day?
I don't know that either. I'm useless on this podcast.
Oh, you're useless. I asked you. It's not like I know. Like, I didn't bring you on for Canadian knowledge. What's your thoughts on Loverboy? Actually, I just suggested you to a podcast. Pete and Ish are doing a podcast with where they go over albums, and I was like, "Why don't you have fucking Dan Brown on?" And Pete goes, "Holy shit! Why do I have Dan?" Like he was like mad at himself for not thinking. I'm like, he's gonna because you get to choose the album. I'm like, Dan's gonna pick Led Zeppelin, then they can pick an album in the same genre. That's what they do, and you guys discuss why it's a great album.
Oh, yeah, I would do that.
I know. That's why I said, I'm like, Dan would flourish in this.
I mean, I don't listen to a lot of like things that people. I listen to a lot of classic rock or jazz or. But
that's okay. You choose something that meant something to you when you were growing up. It doesn't have to be from the time you were growing up. It's just something that meant to you when you were growing up. And then they choose something from the same genre, and they try to pick an album they think is great. And then the three of you discuss what makes your album the best.
I know Ish is like a music teacher or something.
Yeah,
But
it was very
what's
fun to be on there with them. And I went to Ish's house.
you did?
So it was the first time I had podcasted with people since this whole thing, and it was fucking great. Pete picked me up. It was me, Ish, Cliff, and Alex were there, and I was joking around with comedians again. It was fucking great.
Nice.
But then I was like, it's time to go. I did it. Let's not do this again. No, okay. We did it. But I was like, I'm so much older than all of them. You know what I mean? So it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But it was a great podcast. They did a good job. It was fun. So I'm sure Pete will be hitting you up soon because I suggested you.
Oh, nice.
Because you could that one. It's not like you have to have music knowledge of pop culture stuff or things. It's the shit you like. You pick it, and then they pick around it. You'd pick Led Zeppelin, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a high probability that I would.
What's the album you pick?
I don't know. I feel like I'd want to. I think I might pick Led Zeppelin 2. Or wait, no. I might pick Houses of the Holy. I'm not sure.
See, then you'd have time to think about that, and that's cool. I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow where I have to pick a shitty song, and the two other people pick a shitty song, and then we have to try to outdo each other who has the worst song of a genre. And I picked 80s hair metal monster ballads. That's the genre I picked.
So when is the object to pick songs that were intentionally shitty or just accidentally, like they were supposed
accidentally, like they
thought
they were
song.
Yeah, they thought they were doing good, and they were not doing good.
What is a monster ballad?
The best example is like Poison's "Every Rose Has Its Thorn," something like that. Like a hair band that was mostly rocking like that kind of like metal, but that hair metal. When they would always do like the ballad, you know what I mean, like that kind of shit. Like More Than Words by Extreme. Songs like that where you're like, oh, look at that, they're being sensitive, that kind of shit. I think I might go with Europe. You know, they sang Final Countdown, but they also have that Carrie song that's like real bad. Or they're not Carrie. I'm trying to think. I forget which one. I have it down to like 4. I got to pick it tonight and give it to them and then argue. I picked the genre because I just thought it'd be fun to pick something terrible like that. I like it when a hair. There was one. Poison has that Every Rose, and everyone knows that one. But they also have one, Something to Believe In, which is like the stupidest fucking written song ever. Where it's a guy wearing makeup with fucking lady hair, like dressed up like on tight leather, talking about how he feels bad for a guy who came back from Vietnam and now he can't get a job. I'm like, what? That's not in your wheelhouse, hair boy. Get out of here. You don't know.
He's singing about basically the movie Rambo.
Yeah, you're just singing about fucking Lieutenant Dan's legs. Something to Believe In. How about walking? I'd like to walk over here. How about that? What have you been doing? You got a bow last time we talked. Did you ever use it?
No, I mean, I'm thinking about setting up a target in my backyard just so I'm competent with it. But I really just bought it just in case society collapses and.
You got it for survival.
Crossed. Yeah.
Nice. I thought you just got it to learn a hobby.
Oh no, I have plenty of hobbies. I got this thing to kill.
Maybe you could kill. Could you shoot an arrow at someone?
Yeah.
Like
I think
Adam. I wouldn't be able to hurt him.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if somebody.
I don't know. I don't think I could hurt me. I think I would get mad, but the second I did, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hurt him. So I'd shoot it near him to like scare him. I couldn't hurt people.
I feel like
with my fists, I could punch you because I'm not gonna kill you.
I feel like if I'm pretty certain that other people would have no problem hurting me.
You're lovable. Who the fuck would hurt you? I would kill people if they hurt you. Fuck them. No one's hurt you. Oh, people should not hurt Dan Brown. You're a wonderful man.
Yeah, but tell them that. They don't know.
I will. I'm telling them. Meanies, don't do it. Don't hurt Dan Brown. People want to hurt me, but they think I'm tough because my voice is like this and because I'm supposedly looks intimidating sometimes. But I don't. I mean, I'll fight you. If you want to fight me, fine. I don't know if I'd win, but I'll punch you until I can't punch anymore. But I would never want to kill anybody. I don't know if I'd choke you. I'd kick you in the nuts. Not you, but like people. Like, I'm not giving you offers.
See, the thing about this is I'm not a good puncher, so I would have to shoot him with a bow and arrow.
I think most people aren't good punchers. It's just about if you throw the punch. Yeah, I'm not going to fight some guy who's trained to fight. But if we're just two human beings, we're going to argue. Most time people don't know how to fight, and they're just afraid of the fight, and they're just waiting for that first punch and hoping there's a pull apart. So I'll just throw that quick boom, crack you right in the fucking face, and then like I don't think you're gonna do much after. If not, I'll have to figure it out in the fly.
If the question is, would I kill a guy who wants to fight in the street? The answer is no. But if the question is, if a guy kicks in my door and has a knife, then I would shoot that guy.
Oh my God, what does that guy want? Why is he coming in with a knife?
I don't know. He's knife guy.
You got a nice guitar. You know what? You have things to take.
Yeah, I would. I don't want him taking my guitars.
Would you die for your guitar?
I mean,
I'd give him the guitar. Like, here's the guitar. Is that
I
all
would
you want?
I'd probably shoot an arrow at him, and if the arrow missed, then I'd probably run away.
Oh my God! If a guy has a knife and wants to kill you, and then you shot an arrow and missed, he'd want to kill you twice.
Yeah.
No, mad he'd be that like, what did you just fucking do, dude? It's like I don't know. I would stop and look at you and go, did you ever practice? He's like, well, I was gonna set up a target. Like, your first shot is trying to kill me? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, here's plan B. I shoot the arrow, I miss, and then all of a sudden he gets madder, and then I'm ta-da! Like,
oh, you have a knife! You have a
I'd
knife?
start doing that. Yeah.
You got a knife? That's a big scary. Do you sharpen it?
I don't use it very much. It's not dull.
Yeah, but I don't know. Don't you have to sharpen? I don't know anything about knives. Can you handle yourself in a knife fight?
If I didn't have any other choice, I'd have to. Other than
wouldn't know what to do. Stab, I guess.
The pointy end goes through the guy.
You stab like this?
I just wave it around like a maniac.
You throw it?
No, I would never throw a knife because then he'd have two knives.
I don't know what weapon I would choose. I have hit someone with a baseball bat once. Maybe I shouldn't admit that. But I was in college. But I did hit someone with a baseball bat once. But they threw a brick at my head.
Why?
They weren't pleased with me.
Pat, I'm very disappointed in you.
The guy was mad because like he had a girlfriend and then I saw her nude because I was sleeping with her. It was college or whatever. And then he found out and he came over and he was like, fuck you. I was at my rugby house and there was a bunch of people there and he's like, fuck you. Your friends are going to fight me. I'm like, I'm not looking to fight you. Get mad at her. I don't date you. She dates you. And he's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm trying to do logic, but I'm like, why are you mad at me? You can come in and have a beer and we can talk about how much she sucks. Like, I don't know. I fucked the lady. I didn't know, but I can't be here and you can be mad at me because I fucked that lady. Be mad at the lady. Throw a brick at her or something. I don't know. But then he got pissed off and he came back and when I opened the door, he gunned it at me. Like he knocked on the door and then like ran down the stairs and was like, I don't know, 30 yards, 20 yards, I don't know, yards, 10 yards away, and threw a brick at me, and it hit my chest. And we had a baseball bat that used to pry close the door because it had a bad lock on it. We used to use it to put it underneath the door. We closed it. So it was a really shitty fucking place. It was like a rugby house. So I grabbed the bat, and he just came towards me, and I fucking boom, and he just kind of went down.
Nice.
And then I closed the door.
Oh, great.
And I went back inside and had a beer.
Sounds like
eventually I heard someone like leaving, like, but I never had any problems again. He didn't call the cops or anything.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. He's gonna call the cops like, oh, this guy hit me with a bat. Like, because I threw a brick at him because he fucked my girlfriend. They're like, ah. Back then, the cops were just like, oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's a cool story, bro.
Yeah, cool story, bro. Sorry about your girl. What's her name? What's her number? Like, no, don't call her cops. She's just down the fuck and all, and you can't throw anything at us because we're cops.
Yeah. That's
back when cops could be fun. Now cops aren't allowed to do anything because everybody wants to be mean to them.
I once got a bat swung at me.
Did it connect?
No.
How'd you move? Did you move Matrix style? Like,
no, I was subbing. I was a substitute teacher.
At school?
Yeah, and this kid came up to me and he had this bat and he was just like swinging at me. And I was like, you better put down that bat right now. And then like he was only a freshman. So like
but you got stern?
Yeah, I had to. Like the thing about like teenagers sometimes is they're not men yet. They still have boy fear.
They're boys and not men.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're a teen.
Yeah, but because they're not men yet, like you get firm with them and you better give me that bat right now.
But they're strong sometimes.
But they don't always know. They still got boy brain.
He knew. That's why he had a bat.
No, I don't even think that he was really planning on her. He was just not thinking about what he was doing. He was
what
just
led to this?
He was just an idiot.
He just came in wielding bat?
No, like the teacher who normally was in that classroom just had a bat in the room, and he was like, "I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
take this
thought he
bat."
brought it with him.
Oh no, he didn't do that.
So that I would have I would have been stern with that teacher. Like, hey, teacher, how about you
Don't
take your
have
stupid
weapons.
weapons with you when you leave? When you take your dumb sick day because you drank too much at happy hour last night, take your nunchucks and your bat and your throwing stars you left in the closet and take them with you. Oh, were you scared? I know you were stern. Maybe you could kill the guy because you got stern. I'd be like, whoa. I'd be like, I would push him into kids and make him hit kids with a bat.
I don't know if I talked about this on this podcast before, but I've had incidents where kids were throwing nails at me.
No, you have never talked about having nails thrown at you. Please do.
Oh, well, I was subbing in a shop room one time, and they didn't like me. I'm a nerdy, high-voiced geek nerd guy, so they didn't want to.
How do people not like you? Your voice might be
They
high, but you're
they
a good
hate
man.
my guts.
Ugh.
They trust me. People don't like me, but anyway, so I would basically I'd be looking over this way and a nail would fly out of the
A nail. They're throwing nails.
yeah, and then I'd look over to here to see through the nail, and then nails would come this way.
Oh my god!
And then
nails.
and then yeah, and at one point they took hammers and they were banging on the desk. Like kids love to just rap in
what
class.
school was this?
This was West Haven High School.
Oh, they're animals.
Yeah, sometimes West Haven High has kind of a mixture. Like some of the classrooms are just bedlam, and some are and then there are AP classes. So it's just like there's a spectrum. But like
I think kids who are throwing hammers are on the spectrum. That's nuts.
yeah, you know what?
Don't give kids ham. What are we doing? No one's gonna end up building shit. Let them do that in a trade school. If they're at regular school, take away hammers and nails. They throw them at people.
I know.
What would happen if you got hit with a nail? Like the chances that you got hit with the pointy part, I guess, are pretty slim, right?
Yeah. I mean,
But a hammer, they were just
they,
doing it for noise, like they were in like the Warriors, right?
yeah, they were just like trying to test my authority, I guess. But then one kid just got up and started walking toward me, and I saw that he had nails in his hand, and I just held my hand out like this to indicate for him to put the nails in my hand. He was like, just because I have nails in my hand doesn't mean I was throwing nails. And he was getting in my face and like screaming at me like he wanted to fight. And so
he wanted to fight. Just because I have nails and you want to throw them. Yes, it does. What else? You're not nobody. No, what are you, a carpenter? Like the best? You wouldn't have 50 nails in your hand.
That's what people do. They always.
If you have nails in your hand, you're either gonna hurt someone or you're Jesus. But anyway,
like people love they love pretending to be innocent and then just dangling their toes over the line and just hovering their foot over the line just to like mess with you.
Yeah.
And
I used to do that as a kid. I never physically did it, but I love pushing teachers to their fucking limit.
Oh.
You watch them explode, saying shit, or like, well, Pat, don't put your chair back. And of course, they turn around like, hey, that asshole. Or one time I had a teacher who said, please stop scaring me. I'm pregnant. And I was like, you say scare me because you're pregnant? So she had like a podium that she would speak at.
Uh-huh.
So I hid under it. And she came in, and she went to stand behind it, and I popped, and she went, and she had to go to the hospital.
Did you have a miscarriage?
No, they had the kid.
I mean, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to sound disappointed. I'm just...
Dan, I would have closed with it. You know my style of comedy. She had a miscarriage. I would have been like, I would have had a weird pun, and her name was miscarriage.
Oh, man.
Oh, it would have been great. That's a wonderful thing. Oh, speaking of dumb things like that. So today, I know I told you I'm working at Big Lots now. I had to be essential. I need to take a retail job. So I'm working there, and it's just easy. It's just like putting stuff on shelves, whatever. But it's mindless stuff. I can think of jokes, whatever. But the guy who hired me is friends with Dion and Brandon, so he runs the place. But he knows I'm a comedian. So not that I'm ever like crazy to the customers, but he knows my sense of humor and just everyone's fine with it. Everyone likes me there a lot. I enjoy the job. I'm gonna keep it even when comedy starts. It's good side money. I like it there. It's just mindless, but it gives me something to do.
Yeah.
So we sell like everything there. I told this joke on Chaz and AJ when they asked me about the job. They're like, "What's Big Lots like?" And I said, "It's like if Walmart got divorced and it only kept having stuff." And it's like it's a weird place, but like one thing they have in the back, they have like the flowers and things you would put at a funeral, like if you like the little posts and things, and there's like a cross with like a flower on it, but they're fake flower, but you could bring
like
them.
tombstones.
but not tombstone, but just like the one you'd put next to it. The thing, the little stake you'd put there to make it look nice with a little flower and a white cross. Somebody returned one today. So when I was bringing it back, I went up to my boss and then my other manager, and I was like, hey, someone returned this. They're like, all right, Pat, just put it away. I'm like, how do you think that went? Where the guy walked to the house and he's like, I got this. And like, oh, grandma's still alive. What's that behind your back, Sonny? Nothing. No, I thought you guys said, all right, I'll return it. My boss laughed hard, then went, I've worked here 6 years. No one's ever thought of that. I'm like, well, welcome to me. That's what I do. I got a bit now.
Sometimes retail, sometimes it can be fun because utter lunatics work there. Like in the stock room when I worked at Barnes Noble, it was craziness. They'd be singing. Like my friend Rob would just burst in the door and be like, somebody shove a cock in my mouth. Blah! And he just walk toward us. Like this other guy, Steve, would just be like, how about this? I'll run backwards and I'll just shove this whole counter right up my ass. Like,
you had a fucking randy fucking place. We didn't have any butt fucking.
It was gay stuff all the time.
So
24/7. Yeah.
Way to go, June. Gay month. It's like, all right.
Yeah. It was just like it was lunacy. 24/7.
We're accepting. But by the way, they didn't mean it like we're accepting. They were meaning it as insults. Carrots in your butt and open cock mouth was jokes. That's the way it used to be. Yeah, I don't have any of that kind of fun stuff.
Oh, you should try it out. Like
I would, but maybe that would work. How old were you when you worked there?
Maybe like 25.
Yeah, I'm 45. It's not fun anymore.
When the guy that wanted to shove the counter up his butthole, he was in his 40s at the time.
Oh, what's he up to now?
He died. He died. Like he got cancer, but he was like.
I didn't mean to laugh at that, but you're just like, oh, he died. He died.
I mean, he.
Oh, did he have butt cancer? That'd be the best.
I don't know, but he used to drive around on scooters and he would crash them. And I remember one time he used to beat people. Like there was this guy Dave, and he would go over and he would start kicking them. And this other guy Chris.
Where was your bosses?
He was the manager of the.
Oh my God, he's just beating people.
Yeah, because he was a lunatic. And then
no shit.
And then one time he came up to me and he started karate chopping my shoulder. And so I had like this little scanning thing that I would scan books with. And like he had just gotten into a scooter accident. So we had stitches all up.
Like, you mean like the inside scooter accidents?
No, I don't like a scooter.
Like Italian people driving them outside, or like the scooter you drive at a casino?
Italian people.
Oh, okay, outside. I thought you meant like he got in a scooter fender bender inside a store.
Oh no, but he was karate chopping my shoulder, so I took this little scanner, I just smashed it into his stitches, and he was like, "Oh my God, I should get you fired," but he couldn't because he was chopping my shoulder.
Yeah, he started it. You were just defending yourself. Well,
my arm could have been chopped right off.
Yeah, he knows. What if he knew karate?
I know, like those karate
I've watched
people.
movies where a guy could chop a wood board in half with his hand. Bricks, cement, watermelons, all that tough stuff.
Yeah, but retail is so fun. Like I remember one time, I was at ShopRite in West Haven, doesn't exist now, but I was going into the back room, and this guy.
Thank God West Haven doesn't exist anymore. Phew.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that place. Now it's just Haven.
But this guy, like, his name was Dave, and he had like the tiny little baby
Same
hands.
name?
Yeah.
People named Dave suck.
Well, no. The guy who was beating people was named Steve. He kicked the guy named Dave.
If your name ends in VE, you're an asshole.
Yeah. But like this guy named Dave, and he had tiny little hands, like a baby's hands. Oh. He would always say, "Oh, this preppy little white boy, we should charge him for protection money." And so one time he like tried to spray me with the hose, but I like dodged and I slipped into the produce back room because that's where I worked. And then so I stuck my head out of the door, and he tried to spray me with the hose again. What he didn't know was that I also had my own hose right on the other side of the door. So I took the gun for the hose and I screwed it on. I turned the hot water all the way up, didn't touch the cold water.
No.
Popped out again. He sprayed me. I popped out again. I blasted him right in the chest with scalding hot water. And he was like screaming.
He should have been paying you for protection money.
Yeah. And then one time he walked up to me and he was like, he grabbed my shirt. He's like, "This preppy little white boy, we should charge him protection money." And so I just brought all these cardboard boxes.
He's beating you up. Why would you pay? I'm like, you're bad at protection. You're hurting me and you can't even protect yourself. I will never get your services, sir.
It was a learning experience because when he grabbed my shirt, I just took this tomato box, and a tomato box is very sturdy, and I just backhanded him across the face with the box and hit him right in the eye. And then he was like moved to tears almost. Like he was like, oh, he was about to cry.
Yeah,
And there were just
he got beaten with a sturdy box.
Yeah, there were so many moments like that. Like he would
Was it full of tomatoes?
No, it was empty, but it was still sturdy. It was like reinforced.
Ooh.
But he'd always
tomatoes can be dense. You need to have a strong box when you carry tomatoes because they can be. You can't put a regular cardboard box; it would get weak.
Yeah, but
what if you have to smash a guy with it? You need a strong
I know.
box.
It's got to be
I like
versatile.
how you said retail can be fun, and then told some of the most harrowing stories of all time.
Oh, that wasn't even the half of it.
Girl.
Like this guy, he'd always be trying to splash me with shit. But he was big and fat, and he had tiny little baby hands, and I would always be able to like get out of the way of him because I was skinny and I was in shape, and I would go hiking and stuff. Like I look like a real wimp, but maybe I am a wimp today. But when I was in my 20s, not so much.
Yeah, you were firm. You were a young man. You were virile.
Yeah, supple.
Ooh, like a nipple.
Yeah, but so one time I'd go into the produce back room and I'd like to be doing the green setup, and this other kid who was on the other side of the room was doing the grapes, and like he would just be whipping grapes at me like at my back the whole time. And so after a while I was just like, is this one of the situations where I'm just gonna ignore him and then it'll go away? And I tried that for a little while, but the grapes just started whipping them at me. So when you work in produce, you go around the aisle, you pick up all the rotten fruit and you put it in a box, and then you bring it in the back to be thrown away. But those people are often lazy and they just leave the box there. So next to me was a box, and there was a nasty old rotten moldy peach. So after a bit, when he was like whipping grapes at me, I just wound that peach up like a baseball pitcher, and I nailed him in the back with it.
Ooh.
And
what kind of grip did you have on it? Did you have like a 2-seamer?
I think so. It was a long
Nice.
time ago. But like I thought that was going to be the end of it, but no.
No. Well, first of all, I think you should know this. If a crazy person gets a moldy peach thrown at him, we have just yet begun.
Yeah.
That's not gonna end. That's not the end game, moldy peach.
But it would escalate from there. Like every night, like some kind of food fight would break out. And I remember one time I just walked into the produce back room, and the first thing I see is a grapefruit bouncing off my face because he did the same thing. Like
a grapefruit?
Yeah.
Was it moldy?
I don't know.
Was it hard?
But I think it knocked me on the ground. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I would think you get knocked down by a fucking grapefruit, pink or regular style.
I think it was regular.
Yeah.
But
that would have been, that'd be worse because you got knocked down by a pink grapefruit, homo. Like, that'd be worse. Like, at least a white power grapefruit knocked you down.
Yeah. And then, like, I remember one time that kid was like, I don't like to use the bathroom here, but I really got to go to the bathroom. And this guy, like, I think I was thinking about the.
I wouldn't trust any bathroom with that guy working there because he's doing weird shit.
Yeah, but then I just started making fun of him. It's like, can't you use a public bathroom? What are you a sissy? Like, just making fun of him.
Yeah,
and so finally, he decided that he was going to go into the bathroom, and I was like, my face was like just like mangled from grapefruit injuries. And so I just got this big bucket of water and I filled it up and I went into the bathroom and I just dumped it over the stall, and he was like, oh my God. And then I just got out of there as quickly as I could.
Oh, you did fun pranks.
Yeah, fun pranks. And then when he came back through the doors, he was like, did you just go into the bathroom? And I was like, what? No. I was there doing the green stuff.
What are you talking about? I do nothing. No. I don't have any of that fun.
Oh, you should start.
We have.
It's
no,
hilarious.
everyone's nice. I don't have any bad people at my work. No, it's fun. There's a girl at my work, very nice girl. I can't remember her name, but she's like from somewhere in Eastern Europe where she has that like Dracula accent. Like, so it's a very hard accent. And she's very nice, but sometimes she doesn't understand all words said to her. So she was trying to help a customer out. And she came over to me and she goes, Pat, can you help me, Pat? Can you help me? And sure, she goes, this woman, she want much more. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. She goes, I don't know. Talk to the woman. So I walk over and the lady goes, you got Metamucil? I go, oh, Metamucil. Yes, I believe we have some. And I walked to the aisle. We were out, but we had like the off-brand, whatever. And the lady's like, okay, thanks. And then there was away, and the lady goes, the European lady goes, what is Metamucil? And there I am trying to explain Metamucil to someone who doesn't know all of English. I'm like, what? How do I explain this? I'm like, drink it, And I started pointing to my stomach. I'm like, and I start pushing down like, it helps flow. It gets it out. Yeah, shit. She goes, oh yeah, shit. She goes,
I know shit.
She goes, it makes you shit, and then she just points to other things that make you shit. I'm like, yeah, kind of like those, but you mix it in a drink. She goes, ugh. I go, yeah, you drink it like every day. It's like a lifestyle. She goes, oh no, thank you. And then we walked away, and that was it. And I was like, that I have fun like that. Like, I get a lot of things for my act. Like today, I was in the parking lot getting a cart, and there was a car, and somebody had, they write on it with like the marker, like, graduation, stuff like that. Like, congratulations, Tiffany, for graduating 2020. Like, whatever. They write on their cars like morons. So there's like a rule at my work. Like, you're not supposed to have your phones out or anything. But like I said, my boss knows I do comedy. And I told him, I said, if you ever see my phone out, literally I'm getting an idea. I'm putting like one word in a memo. So he knows that. Someone's like, Pat's got his phone out. He's like, no, it's okay. He's just writing a quick joke thing. And so I was walking by him, and I had my phone out, and he goes, "Oh, what'd you write down?" And I'm like, I'd rather not share this one. And he's like, well, come on, now I gotta know. Like, I don't know. So we're in the back room, and he's like, all right, what was it? And I'm like, okay, I wrote down cultural appropriation. He's like, what? And I go, because I saw that, and obviously it was a white person, said Tiffany on it, happy graduation. I'm like, and that's cultural appropriation, because now white people stole it so they can say happy graduation, but it's supposed to say R.I.P. Junebug. So he was laughing, and he goes, why couldn't you tell me? I'm like, a lot of Junebugs in there right now. I was like, yeah. I was proud of myself. I get a lot of ideas there. The mask, things about masks. I just watch people buy dumb shit. It's what people decide that they want to buy for their own lives is weird. Like the thing like, I need to have this sauce or this weird pillow, or I have a foot fungus. It's fun to watch them. Like, and I kind of like judge them when I'm bringing their stuff out. It's fun. But I've never had a fruit thrown at me.
I almost broke my leg one time at Stop and Shop.
What?
Because because like when we'd clean the floors, how like when you're parking your car, or like you're stopped at a traffic light, and all of a sudden a bum appears, and he like spits like his weird juices all over your window, and then
he's just forcing a job on you.
Yeah, he's got a squeegee. Well, in ShopRite, we would clean the floor because we had these giant industrial sized squeegees. But the thing is that all the departments would just covet their squeegees, and it's like, no, you're not sharing.
Use it on the floor? I would think a squeege is for the window.
No, they would use it on the floor for the back.
Floor squeege.
Yeah, like you'd have like in the meat department, you'd have like nasty like pig guts.
Oh yeah, because you're mopping up the beef juice.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to share their squeegees, and everyone would steal squeegees. Like, mine, like they
you know what? I would do it too. That sounds like a valuable thing, because if you don't have a squeege, then you have to how do you clean it up if you got no squeege?
Yeah, like Gollum.
Yeah,
like they just like the one
squeege rules them all.
Yeah, and so
like precious.
Whenever I got a hold of a good squeegee, I would like climb shelves and like put my squeegee up behind the shelf. And sometimes like one time I had a perfect squeegee hiding spot, and but when I went up to get it, it was missing. So I got a hold of a second squeegee, and I was like, I need a new place to hide my squeegee. So I would climb up this shelf, and there was like this hole in the wall above like the seafood department, which was the attic where they would use it for storage. And so the moment I climbed up into the hole, this guy named Paul Papalizio got these.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to tell, I don't want to use real people's names, but if you tell any jokes, Paul Papalizio should be in a joke name.
I don't think he would mind, because he was a little crazy, and he had this like little puppet that he would walk around with, and he'd be like talking to his little puppet.
Like, he wasn't a ventriloquist; he just had a puppet.
Yeah, he had like this weird little finger puppet thing that he would.
Wait, were you on a sitcom and you don't know this?
I don't think so.
Sounds like you were on a mean sitcom.
Maybe. But anyway, Paul Papalizio went into the ice machine, and he started getting all these ice balls and packing them together, and he was throwing them up at me while I was dangling from the shelf. And so I like jumped into the hole, and he was like whipping these ice balls into the shelf at me.
People love whipping shit at you.
Yeah, they love throwing cans at me. They love throwing cabbages, grapefruits, knives at one point.
Knives.
And so like so I knew, okay, if I just try to go out through the hole and try to climb down the shelf, he's gonna just hit me with ice balls. So I was like, I'm gonna walk through the attic, climb out the other side, and come around and flank him, walk in through the attic. And it was really dark. But what I didn't realize was that here's the seafood department, and then there's like the meat department next to them, and there's a wall that separates them. But there
Right.
isn't just one wall. There's like one wall, a gap, and then another wall.
Yeah, and there's
But
probably some weird meats and fish inside that gap.
oh no. But
No.
but I didn't see that there was a gap there at all. So I was just walking through the dark, just trying to make it to the little point of light at the other end of the attic. And at one point I just stepped down into the darkness, and there was no floor, and I just fell into this pit.
Oh God!
And my leg was and my leg was like twisted around behind me, and I was like, oh shit, I broke my leg. And
like that 128 hours, you're gonna be stuck in there, and you would have to maybe cut your own leg off to survive.
yeah, I was worried about that. But then like after a while I was just like I managed to work myself to my feet, and I was like limping back and forth, and I was just like I could barely walk. And then my brother worked at that time too. And so I walked to the end of the gap, and there was like this chicken wire opening where you could see into the grocery back room. And I was calling my brother like, Jeff, help, Jeff. But he didn't come. So after a while I was just like, okay, I got to reach down deep inside me like Superman in that movie where he was on that kryptonite island.
Yeah, and all his powers are drained, but he has to fucking find the will.
Yeah, and I just like mustered up the will, and I like jumped up on this chicken wire, and I was like, and just climbing up to the top, and then I got out, and I rolled out
like a cage match.
Yeah, and then so finally I like managed to limp back to the hole where I came from, because I wasn't gonna like go through the dark and fall into another one.
By the way, great insult to somebody. Go back to the hole where you came from when you meet your mother's vagina. I said, go back to the hole where you came from, stupid.
Yeah. But Paul Papalizio had given up at that point, and so I was poking my head around, and I climbed down the shelves, and I was just covered in dirt. Like, I was just disgusting.
Oh, I love that you said Paul Papalizio had given up at that point.
Yeah.
I like that guy finally gave up. Like, dude, give up. I always, as a kid, there was a couple bullies in my life. And it's like, you're like, okay, at one point they're going to give up. And they're like, nope, this guy's got he's got gumption. I give him that. He's got a lot of resolve. He will not let this go. He really wants me. He just wants to make my life bad.
Well, remember that scene?
Rich Pruitt would do that. Like, I'd finally, all right, you're done bullying me and being a dickhead, whatever. Like, you're done. And then I would like wait out something, then walk away, and then all of a sudden I get thrown at me or I get punched. I'm like, dude, you waited an hour. You waited an hour by yourself just to punch me one more time. What the fuck?
Remember that scene in The Predator when Arnold Schwarzenegger climbed out of the river and was in the mud, and he was all covered in mud, and then the Predator came out and he was like, he didn't see me. Well, that's what I looked like after I climbed out of this fucking pit. Like, I was just covered in dirt. And my
Paul Paparizio was the Predator.
Yeah, he was the Predator.
Predarizio.
That's right. And like after that, my leg was all messed up and
was
like,
it broken?
No, it wasn't broken, but it was.
Did you go to the doctor, or did you say fuck it?
No, I didn't go to the doctor. I could walk. I just limped. But then the next day, my boss came in and he saw that I was limping. So he was just like, hey, can you go into the back room and get this? And then I'd go back and get it. And I'd limp and limp and limp and then limp back. And like, oh, can you get this other thing that in the back?
Hey, why was he being a dick?
Because he was a dick. That's why
hurts.
He was an asshole.
Oh, my God. Like, I limp sometimes because, 20 years ago I broke my heel, and people don't always notice because I run back and forth to work. They all think I'm younger than I am and stronger than I am. But then, like, one day I was limping, and someone's like, why are you limping? I'm like, I limp all the time. You just don't always notice it. So since then, they're like, oh, we won't make you do something. No, I can still do it. They're the opposite of my job. They're like, oh, take it easy. I'm like, no. I just limp, but I can get everything done.
Well, I had cool people at my job, too, but, like,
I don't think so, Dan. I think those were imaginary. This sounds like you worked in like Auschwitz. This is awful.
Maybe, but like I
Auschwitz ShopRite. It's closed now.
Yeah, it is closed. Like people go by there and like read all the names of people who died there,
and all the prices that didn't fall. It's like, I know. Bagels half off. No, that was his last name.
But yeah, the guy that threw knives at me. Like, that was the same. Like, remember I was talking about how I threw water at him when he was taking a shit in the bathroom?
Yes,
and
I do remember
and he hit me with a face with a grapefruit.
Yes.
Like, that guy, every night, like, he would try to get into a food fight. And they would just, like, the whole produce back room was just destroyed. It was just wreckage. And after a while, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not staying an hour late every night to clean up this fucking disaster.
There must be a lot of cleanup. You'd never go home. A lot of cleanup at that place.
Right. And so I'd say, okay, you want to throw shit at me? You're gonna be here. I'm leaving. And if anybody asks why the produce department looks like Omaha Beach, I'm gonna tell them it's because you did it. And so one day he just started like throwing knives across the room at me, and I would just like duck out of the way. And at one point, like, I don't think he really wanted to hurt me. Like, I think he was just like, look how crazy I am. Like, he was trying to show off and show how like what a lunatic he was. And so I don't think he really wanted to hurt me. So he probably wasn't throwing them directly at me, but he was throwing them in my vicinity, and I was able to get out of the way. And then at one point he took this big old watermelon knife and he just like starts walking at me.
Knives.
Yeah. You need knives in the produce department,
I guess.
And so again, I don't think that he was going to hit me with it, but
I don't know. He seems nuts.
But at the same time, I didn't want to take the chance that he would.
Right.
So when he was walking toward me, like there was this big white bin of like that we put ice in, and I just rolled it into his like crotch area, and so he had to like stop the bin. So he took both of his hands, and the knife was like pinned to the railing of the bin, and so I put my hand on top of the knife to try and take it from him. But he was stronger than me, and he just like twisted the knife around, and then he like cut some of the skin between my thumb and my index
What the
finger.
fuck?
But again, this is like boy mentality.
I don't care what you want to say they are. You are having some scary moments.
Yeah, but the moment he saw that he cut me, like immediately,
And
it
you
was
were
like
getting paid by the hour.
Yeah, but the moment he saw that he cut me, it was like that kid with the bat. Like he saw that he did something stupid, and he was like, oh my god! Like I cut a guy with a knife. Like I don't like. He was just being reckless and stupid. So I went up to the front desk to get a Band-Aid because his blood was dripping out of my thumb, and then at that time I was really pissed off because I was sick of staying late every night.
Well, and you're being attacked.
Yeah, and
you're being manhandled, harassed. I'd be pissed off every day, Dan.
Yeah.
That's what builds a pissed off person. Listen, if I had to describe what would make somebody shoot a school, it's your work.
Yeah,
your work would make someone come in and go, if I worked with you and you were nuts. There's a guy at my work right now that seems pretty nuts. He doesn't really like me, but I've never really talked to him. But I'm friendly enough to him because I'm hoping one day I'm nice enough so when he comes in and shoots the place, he just taps me on the shoulder. That's all I ask. Just tap me on the shoulder and go, today's the day. And I go, goodbye, and I punch out and I leave. That's all I want. That's what I would do. If I saw you there every day, people doing that shit, I would go, hey, Dan, are you okay? You fine? Yeah, sure. I would be like friends, but I'd be like, whatever. Hey, in case you decide to like end all of this, like end it, just tap me on the shoulder. That's all I need. Just so I can get a 5-minute start. Like, all right, my friend. That's all I do.
But what if he just completely misjudged him and he was like, today's the day. Today's the day everyone gets a pie.
I wouldn't eat that motherfucker's pie. That dude's nuts.
All right,
guy is nuts. One day when I leave that place, I'll have good stories about him. But Dan, this has been wonderful as always. I've always enjoyed it. Where can people follow? First of all, I know you're probably going to tell me anyway. People got to go check out your animations, dude. I've been watching everything. I share my stuff that I've done, and then people check out your other stuff. I'm guessing you're making a ton of animation while you're sitting here in COVID.
Oh, yeah. I'm almost finished with another one. It's going to be on Ghosty Films on YouTube. GHOSTY.
All one word, right?
Yeah. And
follow that. Go subscribe to that. He's got some great stuff.
Yeah.
See? I told you. What else? Where can they follow you? Did you find out? Did you get any comedy on the horizon yet? Anything going up yet?
Not really. Yeah, I've just been quarantining. I don't really have anything going on yet.
Yeah, I just started getting some dates. I got a show this Thursday. I'm only performing like on Thursdays, which I'm hoping to get weekend stuff. I kind of like was happy today, like, oh, because the weekend will start filming, but not really yet. So I got something this Thursday in Waterford. And then I got a couple things in July, like 3 Thursdays in a row. So I'm starting to get some stage time again.
Nice.
I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I've got some new stuff, but I mean, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
I think people will get it. They'll be fine. They'll live. So anything else to promote or push?
At Ghosty Films on Twitter. I guess that's about it.
Well, this was more than at it. This was wonderful, sir. Yay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course.